episode of Holistic Lifestyle Coaching with Ryan David. I'm Ryan David, and I'm talking about rule number 8 today in my 12 rules of romance that was inspired by this book, 2002 Romantic Ideas. There's a link in the description below for you to pick that up. And what I'm talking about are these 12 romantic rules, these 12 rules of romance that are inspired by this book. And this book has many ideas for romance, but it also has these 12 rules. And so today is rule number 8. Let's see what rule number 8 is. Romantic rule number 8, great romantics make the most of the present moment, and spontaneity is a huge part of their romantic makeup. Spontaneity. Can't stress it enough. Romance is absolutely spontaneous. And so yesterday, or last rule we talked about, was to be specific and make sure that the things that we do for our partner are specific and unique to our partner. Spontaneity is really another one of those powerful rules, something to keep in mind, because what happens when we want to be romantic? Well, what we can do is we can have these same rituals of being romantic. And say your husband or your wife does like flowers, and say you maybe have a routine of trying to express your love for them and be romantic and send flowers to their work every Friday. Well, that's thoughtful and that's romantic, and that means a lot, and that's one gesture. But that can become routine and almost, when things are expected and they're understood and they're known, they lose a little bit of that excitement. It's not as exciting anymore when it's expected. And so spontaneity, being spontaneous, is to do exactly that, to really generate some excitement and some uncertainty and some variety. And that's really what we need, especially in long-term relationships, because, we just about get to know everything about each other, and we know what to expect, what they're going to do next, what they've done, everything's known. And so you need to shake that up a little bit. One real easy way to shake that up is with some spontaneity and to be spontaneous. And be spontaneous meaning living in the moment and finding creative, unique ways to, in the moment, do things that are both, spontaneous and instant and right then, to create excitement. But they're also specific and unique to your partner. So you've got to live in the moment, and you've got to always have a mindset of looking for opportunities to take advantage of the moment, to make it meaningful, to make it special, to make it passionate or romantic, whatever the case is. But spontaneity is huge. Definitely be spontaneous as far as how to create romance. It's not just about those monotonous routine. Those things are nice. It's nice to be thoughtful and do things that are just thoughtful and maybe almost become expected. But if you want to keep that romance really, really flared up, and you really want to have it, some intense passion and variety, spontaneity is the way to do that, because variety is really the counterpart to certainty and the known and what we know. And we know when we get too certain, things are absolutely known, we get bored. Boredom will absolutely kill any passion and romance, because it is that known and that expected. So we want excitement, we want variety, and to do that, you got to be spontaneous. And to be spontaneous means you always got to be open to and looking for opportunities to be creative and use the moment as a way to cater it towards your partner's desires or needs in that sense. And maybe on a small scale, but can't stress it enough, absolutely be spontaneous. And by spontaneous, I don't mean every single day you have to have some new surprise. But we do need surprise in our lives, but it's not an everyday thing. But it's having that mindset on an everyday basis, so if the opportunity presents itself, you can take advantage of it. So don't misinterpret being spontaneous for someone that has to be someone who's constantly surprising and generating excitement on an everyday basis. It's not that you have to follow through and be spontaneous every day, but I think it's about having a spontaneous mindset and being open to the opportunities and the possibilities, and then you'll start to just see things and they'll jump out at you. So have a spontaneous mindset and mentality on a daily basis, and those opportunities will present themselves. But the ability to, and the mindset and the mentality and the ability to be spontaneous is one of those things that we have to make sure that we prioritize and make a consistent effort to hold on to, because we will just kind of get complacent and kind of settle on taking our partners for granted once again and going with the flow and not making an effort to generate some excitement. And that's a huge part of passion and romance. And so we can do that on a daily basis on a small scale if we just have that mindset and mentality. So and be playful. And that's really one of the keys to being spontaneous. Be playful, be open-minded, and look for opportunities to be creative on a daily basis. Have that mindset, and you never know when the opportunity may present itself to you. So be spontaneous. Until the next episode, I will see you in the next episode for the next rule. We're winding down here, the last few rules of my 12 rules of romance that were inspired by this book, 2002 Romantic Ideas. If you're interested in these sorts of things, these topics, relationships, romance, passion, these sort of things, be sure to consider subscribing to my channel, because Even after these rules are done, got plenty more content for you guys in terms of relationships. So till the next episode, till the next rule, I'll see you then. Take care.